my vision for this project is to put as many as my own raw emotions and feelings I'm going through in it. For me, this expression is kind of a therapeutic way, and it helps me to deal with my often harsh reality. In the beginning of a track, it just basically starts with an idea, a melody, or a thought, and from there I work my way around to express the things in my mind. I lay the focus on melodic elements, complex compositions, production quality, and punchy drums as well. To shape my tracks, I like to have them as full and nuanced as possible. I try to reach that with a lot of background sounds like pianos, violins, textures, or even effects and synth sounds. Also, I often include some of my own field records to give it a more personal touch. In the guitar section, I like to have a broad range of different distorted as well as clean guitars in it. And for me, who doesn't play a guitar, these are all MIDI programmed guitars, and I use different guitar libraries for that. For the vocals, I get after the feeling of the track or the message I want to deliver, and then I try to match my voice to the instrumental. As in all of my songs, I like to have aggressive parts as well as some quieter and more melancholic passages in it. Todestrieb was created out of a depressive episode as an activity where I can focus on and keep my destructive thoughts in the background. The song has a very personal story for me, and basically it's just a way to deal with these feelings. Besides the pessimistic themes of the track, I hope to give people a feeling that they are not alone in their suffering and to keep on fighting. So the main advantage of a one-man project for me is that you have all of the artistic freedom, and also you are not dependent on other people, and I can do everything as well here in my bedroom, as you can see. Beside my CursedFleshPrison project, I have two other musical aliases with a complete different sound and intention. To keep working on all of them, this is quite time consuming and it can be exhausting from time to time, but it helps me to set priorities and to just work on the things that I'm in the mood for. I tend to spend most of my free time on music, so some quiet times to calm down and just read books or watch something on TV helps me as well. In one of my latest tracks, Seeing You Suffer Makes Me Suffer, I wrote about my worries and fears of seeing my girlfriend in pain and her personality changing because of her, to this date, unknown neurological condition. So basically, it's just a kind of a love song, you can name it like this. Although, to this date, all of my tracks were mostly on the negative spectrum, because that's the root of my concept of CursedFleshPrison, but maybe in some of my upcoming songs I will also have some more uplifting elements in it. In my understanding, music as well as all other art forms are free, and the base in my tracks is around the depressive themes and the black metal sound, but I also try to push boundaries and try to create something new that may people like or not. I try to experiment around with different instruments as well as sound design techniques and also song structures. I get my influences from a broad range of artists in the DSPM, atmospheric, post black, black gaze, industrial category like Psychonaut 4, Total Self Hatred, Heritoire, I don't know how to pronounce them, Shining, but also some smaller and lesser known bands. Besides these influences, I also listen to a lot of totally different alternative genres and as well as some electronic music. The drums as well as the guitars in my song Todestrieb are getting faster over time, and in every section the increasing tension build up more aggressiveness and chaos till the last blast beat section. I hope listeners feel the journey through these stages as a sign of the flow of emotions, and the release with the outro could symbolize maybe letting go of these negative states of mind and carry on with life. When I was writing this song, I had the feeling of never coming out of this mindset like so many times before. But as life shows, nothing is consistent and forever, and even the most hurtful things can pass for a while or maybe even for the long term. Who knows? I must say that I'm not a big fan of the music industry in general, especially when it comes to the mainstream type of music. Today, when you want to make it as a musician, you need to be more of a creator than a musician itself, in my opinion. My goal is not to make a lot of money or gain a lot of streams or likes, because to me, this is my passion and it has an emotional value which no money can buy. And it's fair to say that music saved my life, not even once. For promotion, I like to reach out to black metal promotion channels on YouTube, specific Reddit subs, or just simply post it on my social media accounts. Also, I had success on pitching a few songs of mine over to some blogs. I like to read philosophical books as a way to learn more about the human nature and seeing different perspectives of life. I am especially attracted to the more darker side of philosophy, in which I often find some useful ideas to deal with my own problems. Like recently, I am reading The Trouble of Being Born from Emil Cioran. In every life, at some point, we face negativity in one way or another, and to me, my negative experiences has always had more impact than the good ones. Many times I'm not that happy that I'm alive and have to deal with all this bullshit which is going on around us, and therefore I often see my existence more cursed than a gift, as my name suggests. Recently, I am working on my first album/EP. To this date, I don't know how many tracks there will be on there, but I have the foundation of a few songs already done. Musically, this release will be even more diverse, with influences from post-rock, doom metal to industrial and ambient as well. For my future, in general, I want to focus more on music and shape my sound even further, and who knows in which direction it will lead.